What is up, guys? It's review time. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Meyerco Shockwave. Some specs before I get into the knife. 8.5 inches overall. 3.625 inch blade. ACR13 MOV steel. Carbon fiber G10 handles. And a hefty weight of 6.4 ounces. Now, I got this knife on a whim. It's really just come on the market maybe a couple months ago. But I saw a lot of references to it on YouTube and on the forums, so when I saw it go for a decent price on the exchange, I decided to purchase it. One of the big things about this knife is that it's an astounding value for really what you pay. When I think about it, I've never owned a Meyerco before, but recently Meyerco has been coming out with some more competitive models. You know, knife enthusiasts tend to count Meyerco out because the quality is lower, materials are lower, so you know, they don't receive as much press or as much coverage. But with a few recent knives, they've been getting a lot of press. The Shockwave here, the Catch Dog, which is another knife with G10 carbon fiber handles, and the I think like the Daryl Ralph EDC knife, which is just like a full carbon fiber handled knife. So there's a few Meyerco models that people are starting to really pick up more than before, and this is for good reason. This is a really nice knife. Let's start with the blade first. You got a really nice. This is a Kirby Lambert design, so you do have his sort of characteristic recurve in the blade, and it's a beautiful blade shape. The point is very nice. The grind is, I think it's hollow from about 2/3 spine. You can see it's not completely even in terms of height. But it does get to a decently thin edge. I've cut a few things with this. I have not had to sharpen it, so I'm not sure how the edge retention compares to other ACR30 MOVs, but I imagine it's about the same. But for the blade, I mean, it's finished very, very well. You get a very nice satin finish flat. You know, up here, very nice. It looks like hand rubbed, but obviously it's factory. But it's very good looking, and the grind is very nice and even, especially for a knife of this price. You get to the Lambert logo right here. The logo is not super high quality in terms of, you know, the etching, but it's still visible, and you can definitely tell what's going on over there. As for in terms of utility, I mean, it's a very good blade shape too. I mean, the recurve allows for those nice pull cuts. The point is decently sharp, and you know, that it works very well in the EDC roll. You got a swedge here cut out the top. Not really all that useful, but the blade thickness is pretty thick, so the swedge helps to make it a little bit thinner. Maybe take a little bit of weight off, increase piercing power. You got sort of kind of like a drop point here because the swedge kind of comes down into the tip. And I think it makes it a little bit stronger. It brings more of the weight towards the tip. But you know, it's not really anything too out of the ordinary. It's just a pretty interesting shape. You can see here it says made in China, National Headquarters USA. This referring to the Meyerco brand. Interestingly enough, nowhere on this knife does it say Meyerco. So, you know, if you really don't know too much about knives and you saw it, you might think it was a real custom. At first glance, it's really close. For a $50 folder, that's actually really impressive. But, you know, upon a quick inspection, it becomes a lot more obvious. But at very first glance, you know, this does have all the aesthetic lines of the real thing. And it's pretty similar in quality, too. Not to the, I mean, obviously it's not going to be nearly as good as a custom, but for the money that you're paying, bang for the buck is very high. That's what I mean to say. And going on to the handle, you have a very nice G10 handle here, which is connected to a carbon fiber bolster on both sides. The carbon fiber is not super high quality stuff, but the weave is very apparent, and it has a decent luster to it. And you know, seeing carbon fiber on a $50 knife is already rare enough, much less like a bolster. And you know, there's no gap between the bolsters or anything, so it's pretty high quality in terms of that. There are these 4 little torque screws up here, so I assume you can exchange the the handles maybe they might sell maybe an orange one in the future or something. I don't know. But there are screws, so you can remove those. Clip is nice. It's relatively deep carrying. It's kind of the fold over clip style, but you will still have a little bit of the blade sticking out. Ergos on the knife are very good. It fits my hand very well. I have relatively small hands, but there's plenty more space for people with bigger hands than me. My forefingers fit easily into these two grooves and this sort of a portion in the back here. Very comfortable. Thumb ramp is very comfortable too. Jimping on here is okay. You can see the back, 3-pillar construction. No lanyard hole. Probably to stay true to the custom. The liner lock is decently thick. It's not super thick, but it actually does look like the ones on the custom in that it's bee blasted, and it has that sort of cutout next to the liner. If you look at a lot of the Kirby Lambert custom liner locks, it looks basically just like this. There's a little groove milled into the top of the liner here to help you access it. And it's something unique I really haven't seen on too many other folders, so sort of like a feature to help you grab the liner. There is a bit of play, a little bit left and right, a little bit up and down, you can hear it. But I think it's within reason, and you know, this is more of a show knife, a big gentleman's knife than a super heavy-duty tactical or anything like that. So, you know, for that role, it's very good. It is a very hefty knife, 6.4 ounces, because it does have full stainless steel liners, in addition to those overlays, the carbon fiber and the G10, in addition to thick, long blades. So, you know, it's not super light to carry around everywhere. Overall, though, it's very impressive for the money. For 45 to 50 bucks, you're getting a knife with carbon fiber and G10. In addition, a really nicely finished satin blade. Even though it's 8CR13 MOV, definitely bang for the buck is huge on this knife. Cutting performance is good, lock is decent, clip is decent as well, and the handle materials are just something you won't get even for a knife twice the price. So if you have the chance to check out a Meyerco Shockwave, definitely check it out. I imagine the Catch Dog, the Greg Lightfoot Meyerco Catch Dog, which also has the carbon fiber and G10, would be of similar quality. So if you have a chance to check that out, check it out too. But very nice knife. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Bye.